Hey guys, this is Skuff TV. Today we're going straight over to the States for Australia's own Cam Sinclair just threw the first ever double backflip in competition over at Redbull X-Fighters in Fortworth, Texas. He came third after Matt Rebeaud and Nate Adams ripped off all night with some pretty amazing action. Here it is right now.
The third installment of the Redbull X-Fighters World Tour comes to Cowtown, Fortworth, Texas, where cowboys and the cows roam the streets. But it's the sweltering Texas heat that's the story here, as the preparation goes on to build the huge X-Fighters course. Weeks and weeks of preparation go into each X-Fighters event, and Texas is no different. In fact, Texas is so big that the center jump is as big as the entire course in Calgary. Series leader Ego Sato looks on and looks concerned trying to find lines in the Texas playground, while last year's champion Matt Rebeaud wanders off by himself to contemplate the Texas course. Course designer Dane Herron discusses ramp placement with the double backflip king Cameron Sinclair. Sinclair is claiming the first double backflip in a freestyle competition this weekend. So it's back to the rider pens where the guys get ready in the morning heat of Texas. Cameron Sinclair looks happy as he rolls out to try the course for the first time, and Andre Villa, who's certainly been unlucky so far this season, is hoping for a better time in Texas. Meanwhile, this quiet concentration from Matt Rebeaud, who badly needs a win on the X-Fighters Tour. Though Texas is a huge and complicated course, the boys had no problem warming up to it and promised some spectacular riding this weekend. How cool is Redbull X-Fighters? Well, it's so cool that all of the rodeo queens showed up just to check out some of the action. And if you have pretty girls around, what do? Well, of course, you show off for them. Matt Rebeaud and Andre Villa having a great time with the girls. It's going to be a fantastic time here at Redbull X-Fighters, Texas.
Some facts about the track here are that, we use a large amount of dirt, 850 truckloads. It's taken 10 days, 11 days so far. We're still not finished. So the work never ends. And we actually have as much dirt here in just the floor in this mounted alone as we had in Calgary for the X-Fighters. Why is it this big? Of course, we're in Texas and everything's bigger in Texas. This jump here you see is actually a step down. The riders will ride across here, take off from this jump, and actually drop down underneath our big sign. Moving on to this side of the course, we're standing here on the edge of a quarter pipe. We didn't have this in Canada. We have enough dirt here to make it here, so you can see the guys painting the logos on the takeoff ramp, and here you've got a quarter pipe landing. The ramp you see there we've set up for Cameron Sinclair. He's planning to attempt the double backflip, first ever in full competition. Here we have Cameron Sinclair's ramp that we're going to set up at 47 feet. It's 47 feet to the back side of this landing. We've propped the ramp up so it's much steeper. Cam seems very happy about it. He seems pretty confident in it. He knows exactly what he wants, and when you know what you want, the rest is easy. The feedback's been really good. There's always guys that like stuff a little more standard than other guys, and there's guys, that like the bigger the better, and then the earlier the better. Well, I think it's a little different here with a course like this. The guy with the biggest balls is going to take this one home.
The third stop of the 2009 Redbull X-Fighters Tour rolled into a sweltering hot Fort Worth, Texas, where the rodeo queens treated us to a great show. The national anthem got the 20,000 plus fans packed into the stadium all amped up. Then they were treated to a live bull riding show. But it was the raging bulls of Redbull X-Fighters that they came here to see. That included Tom Pages from France, who put in a so-so run, then had a mistake and decided to try history with the first ever front flip in competition, which went sadly wrong. Tom claimed he never really had it. He came off the lip and everything was going badly, but luckily the Frenchman got up and walked off the course. But it was a night for history. And take a look at this. The Australian Cameron Sinclair pulling the first ever double backflip in a freestyle competition. What a great night for Sinclair. And also a great night for tour leader Ego Sato, despite being knocked out in the semis by #1 qualifier Nate Adams. We thought it was hot in Texas, then it got hotter. The Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders putting on a great show for the crowd. So Sinclair would come out again in the semifinals, putting in a great run, and again the double backflip came out in his run, but his foot slipped on the landing, causing him some damage to the ankle. You could see the pain on Sinclair's face as Matt Rebeaud took the win in the semis. So it came down to a final between the Swiss rider Matt Rebeaud and the American Nate Adams. Rebeaud was last year's champion here in Fort Worth, and he wanted to go big. Take a look at the air he gets on the quarter pipe, almost missing the landing. This is a huge jump, 120 feet. That's because everything is bigger in Texas. But also they're making the mistake on the heel clicker flip. That would later cost Rebeaud. But the rest of the run was pretty much flawless. Take a look at this look-through, kiss of death, Indian air flip. With his run over, Rebeaud would then have to sit and wait while #1 qualifier Nate Adams took to the course. This weekend had been a clash between the US and the rest of the world, and Adams knew it. He was the #1 qualifier. He wanted this win badly. His takeoffs, his landings were all so perfect, it left no doubt for the judges who really deserved this win.
The Redbull X-Fighter champion in historic Fort Worth Stockyards. Ladies and gentlemen, we give you Nate the Destroyer Adams!
So after almost 2 years of missing out on the big competition wins due to injury, it would be Nate Adams' night here in Fort Worth. Cameron Sinclair, the double flip wonder kid, would take third, Matt Rebeaud would take second, and all three will be back to battle as Redbull X-Fighters moves on to Madrid, Spain.